Hey, hey, girlfriend. Yeah, I know my computer's off. I forgot to charge the keyboard and the mouse. Good news. Let's save the good news for last. Let's get to the bad news first. I don't know if it's bad news or not, just information. And as I told you, I always read every comment on every video. I do. I obviously don't comment on every video. Every comment, I don't comment on every comment. There we go. Excuse me about that. One note, the last video that I made on what's going on, people said, man, you seem so down and depressed. That video got a lot of comments and a lot of views. It's not even monetized, and neither is this one. And I wasn't down and depressed at all. I was just heavily sunburned on top of doing a lot of yard work. So I was exhausted, working in the hot heat. I got stung twice by a couple wasps. And I was sunburned. You could tell I'm sunburned. And so I wasn't down and depressed in that video at all, actually. So I've been keeping track of things. And like I said, I feel like an investigative journalist. I've been reading everything you guys have been saying. And also, too, keeping my eyes peeled. I mean, my head is on a swivel like crazy. Big time on a swivel like crazy. Oh, God, I should have brought in my T-shirt that I had made. Do you want me to go get that T-shirt? I don't want to step up from a video and go get a T-shirt. It's pretty hilarious. I'm not going to do that. It's in my Instagram page. It's a picture. It's an image of a sheep wearing a face mask. And across the top and bottom it says, bah! I love wearing that shirt. I'm so glad I had it made up. I have a good sense of humor, so don't take that too seriously. I'm not going to talk about what they did, but the Ontario officials, there's a video out there of these Ontario government officials. What they did. If I said that this was going to happen a few months ago or last year, every one of you would have said, you are crazy. You're just insane. They did it. A lot of people are telling me up in Ontario it's like that the cops are not following that. Well, that's neither here nor there. I mean, that's good. But still the regulations are passed. And the Ontario officials gave the police a lot more powers, and apparently they can like stop anybody wherever, whenever. Like, what are you out for? You know, where are you out? You have a need to be out? Like, my God, are you kidding me? Oregon has proposed an amendment or a bill, Oregon, to make face diapers permanent. Permanent. I can't believe it. That's from the Associated Press. You can look that up if you don't believe me. A lot of people were reporting, and I can confirm, okay, because I have canning jars. I've had them for years. The canning jars now are kind of hard to find. Globally, canning jars, I'll let you imply for whatever you want from that. And I'm not a Chicken Little person. I don't know, the sky is falling. We're all going to... I will say that the only thing I would recommend anybody do, and that's the case regardless of when, if it was this year or 10 years ago, to be stocking up on non-perishable foods. I recommend buying Mountain House stuff. And you know, like a zip file, you make a file really small. Yeah, a zipped file. Yeah, you know what a zip file is. Well, Mother Nature's version of a zip file is this stuff. Yeah? These are sprouting seeds. My favorite are mung beans and alfalfa seeds. When I came back, I'd ordered them. I got in 50 pounds of alfalfa seeds. Now, all the ones from the guy that I recommended, they come in the silver, non-transparent packets, like 2.5 pounds or whatever. And I have them stored in a very, very dry. They have to be dry before you store them. They have to be stored dark and cool or cold, which I do have. This one's out because I'm planning on eating these as time goes on this year. But this is 1 pound of alfalfa seeds. There's a lot of seeds in here. I'm going to apply magnetic therapy to these. I have like 100 videos on how to do a magnetic seed exposure. Makes them grow faster, stronger, better, tastier. I've proven that time and again. Everybody's done the experiments. Wow, my God, I didn't believe it, but it works. So, anyway, this is Mother Nature's zip file, yeah? Only thing you have to do is soak them for 6 days. You got to rinse them out basically every 3 hours, 3 to 4, 5, 6 hours. And like on the last day, on alfalfa seeds anyway, you stick them in the window to green them up and make them grow really fast. And not everybody does that, but I mean, all you need is trays and jars. You could literally grow these in your basement. People do grow these in their basement. So when they're sprouting for the 5 or 6 days, they don't need light. They just need to be soaked. So in addition to storing non-perishable food, I would recommend anybody buy Mother Nature's zip files. Good analogy, right? And that's these suckers. So yeah, so canning jars are hard to find. I can't even believe what Ontario did. I mean, I wasn't watching like some sort of conspiracy nonsense. I was watching government officials talk about, and they were also talking about snitching on your neighbors in the video. I was like, oh my God, we got government. We're talking about 1940s brown shirts here. I don't know if you know what a brown shirt is. You can look it up. I couldn't believe they were doing that. Just absolutely off the hook, insane. Absolutely insane. The good news is that people are getting closer. People are regrouping and reconnecting. I had a great time with 13 people. Went on a photo walk a few days ago, and that was great. There's an example. People are starting to see that herdthink is evil and dangerous and starting to shun it. I've seen videos coming out of Canada where like some government stooge official was in a place and all the customers in the place like, get out! They're screaming at this, this evil guy to, get the hell out of the store. Companies in larger cities, people are starting to see, everybody kind of knew with half a brain that companies are evil, especially the bigger they are, the worse they are. The people that are being the most horrific during what's going on are the larger companies, namely Costco. Like the biggest offender is Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. I said trader, not trader. Trader with a T. Places like that. Just virtue signaling horrific to the customers. Everybody should be buying from mom and pop shops. I've had that philosophy my entire life. Any free money that I have, which is basically none, goes to mom and pop places. I'm proud of the fact that I, give to them. I am, and others of you have expressed this also. I don't want to see anybody out of a job, obviously, but Hollyweird, I said Hollyweird. Hollyweird is basically imploded. Everybody's kind of realized they don't need movies to live and have an enjoyable life. Get the heck out of your house, said the guy that sits behind a computer all the time. I'm sunburned. I've actually been out of the, part of my job is to sit behind a computer. Getting the heck out of the house, walking out in the bright sunshine. Vitamin D is good for you. So is walking good for your health, said the fat guy, right, who's overweight and out of shape, right? Nobody needs movies to live by. So I'm actually, even though I don't want to see anybody out of work, I'm sorry, I don't feel sorry for Hollyweird. The fact that Hollyweird is imploded, don't feel sorry for. People don't need TVs, right? It's good to stay informed. It's good to watch stuff to cheer you up. But people spend way too many times behind their electronic gadgets. You know it and I know it. Everybody's commented in these videos about how people are generally so unintelligent. However, the collective will, as part of their subliminal nature, natura naturans, nature meaning literally nature, will always self-correct over time. And the time amount varies, but this will necessitatively self-correct itself. Even the most evil people eventually are always, they always have, even if it takes a long time, are always forced to see the light. Because, as the old Chinese proverb goes, only two things can be hidden for so long, the moon and the truth. And the truth will not be hidden that long. It might seem like forever, it already seems like forever. But there is good news. I recommend anybody storing up on zip files. If you think that you don't have a green thumb, you don't need green thumbs to engage in sprouting seeds. I don't really make recommendations, but everybody should have always at least a 4+ month supply of food, non-perishable. Recommend Mountain House dehydrated meals, which are good for 30 years. 30 years they're good for, yeah? And they're good actually if you store them in a cool cool place for longer than that. They just don't say more than 30 years. Mountain House meals are actually really tasty. I've had almost all of them. Tasty. Their spaghetti is incredible. Biscuits and gravy are incredible. Their spaghetti and meatball, awesome. They average about, if you buy them in bulk, they average like a two-person serving pouch averages like $6. So for like $1,000, you can get 110, 120 pouches depending on the type of meal. Really, really good stuff. So, yeah, but these are Nature's zip files. I recommend anybody, because like I said, I just got 50 pounds of this stuff. 50 pounds of alfalfa. This is 1 pound. This is going to go a long way. And the only thing you need is water. Water, and I use jars. Some people use trays. You sprout a bunch of them. Trays are a better idea. But anyway, so there is good news. And like I said, that last What's Going On video, I was not depressed and down. I was stung by wasps. I was exhausted from yard work, and I'd had the hell sunburned out of me. And you're like that, you just like make a droopy video because you just wore completely the heck out. But I was not depressed and down, so. I love reading your comments on these videos. I always do. Please check out what Ontario did. That is just mind-blowingly horrific. I mean, it's just like, if I said that was going to happen months ago or last year, you all would have said I was insane. But here it is, and here we are, and it did happen. And people say, oh, it's nothing to worry about. I live in Ontario. You know, they're not really the cops. The local cops are not enforcing it. That's not the point. The point is these evil politicians implemented that stuff. Unbelievable. Look it up for yourself. Like, what evil did Ontario government officials do recently? Do that on a news search. Like, unbelievable. Whew. I don't tell anybody what to do or what to think, so I'm going to leave my comments out that I was about to say about that. You know, I'd love to comment and opine on it. Opine. But I'm not going to. I bet you could read my mind, though, and guess what I'm thinking about that. I'm still sunburned. Ah! Oh, my God. And a 1,000-mile drive later. Man, that drive is just from hell. God, I hate that drive. Whew. Thanks for watching. Peace out, Girl Scout.